How you been doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah. I'm a little hungry
I know.
because I want to make it to a 24-hour water fast. Really, I'd like to do 7 days, but I might kill somebody, and then I don't want to go to jail because I don't think orange is really my true color on the color wheel.
No. I can't do it. I've tried the fasting thing. It makes me, I'm hangry and I'm mean and I need a piece of bread.
Well, I've done the 16-8 for intermittent for, off and on for a long time. And actually, if you time it right, you're sleeping a lot of that. So you don't realize that you're hungry. It's the coffee thing for me. I used to break my fast with my Wawa coffee, but you know me, I like this much coffee and that much creamer because my coffee's like not much darker than the table.
Right.
But with fasting, you can't. You can only break it with black coffee. And when I tell you I tried, I got 3 sips down this morning and I thought I was going to gag. It was disgusting. I know everybody says you'll get used to it, but I don't think I ever will.
I mean, I get the benefits of fasting.
There's tons of benefits to it.
I think
it's not just a weight loss thing.
If I really needed to do it, I would try it, I think. And maybe I do really need to do it, but I don't like being hungry.
Well, nobody likes being hungry, but
I don't like being
the more I research it, it's so good for you, not just weight-wise, but health-wise, and it's like a reset, but I am trying. But I have to tell you that when you go to break it, if you're really hungry, it's like, oh my God, can I just please eat anything?
Well, then do you eat anything you want when you break it? I don't know.
Well, I try to follow low carb, but yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, you try to eat better, but I know.
I can't. Maybe I'll try it with you once, but you're probably gonna have to lock me in my office and not mess with me until you throw something in for me to snack on. Till you throw a snack at me.
You're not losing your
You're gonna have to throw a
mind.
snack at me. I can't.
Throw a snack at you, like in the zoo.
Yeah. Don't come in yourself. It's bad. I tried years ago to do the low carb thing. I remember I went to lunch with my friend Amy, and she said, if you don't eat a piece of bread, I'm going to hold you down and shove it in your throat. She's like, you are a nasty person without carbohydrates.
I've gotten used to it now, but I have such a bad sugar addiction. Like, I'm that person, if you put a filet mignon on the table and all the sides, and then you put a big, big, big chocolate cake with a lot of chocolate frosting, I'm going to dive at that cake.
That's why I brought you
but
icing.
It's an addiction. I know. And
I brought you icing.
I'm doing low carb, so I had to give it to Siobhan. But she is pregnant.
She can
eat
eat
is her
whatever.
happy place every day of her life. She takes a couple of spoonfuls of that Publix or buttercream frosting, and she's happy.
It's awful. That stuff
Sugar makes my eyes light up.
I know.
I like drugs.
I know you like sugar.
I do kind of miss it. I miss pizza. Anyway, I'm so excited because we get to talk to my friend Ashley Sellers today.
She's great.
She's a wonderful, wonderful human. Love her to pieces. And we're going to talk to her about the Miss Leesburg pageant. Mm-hmm. It's coming up on a pretty big anniversary. I'll let her tell us about it. So I'm excited to talk to her.
All right. Thank you for joining us for the Style Podcast today. We are so excited to have our friend Ashley Sellers join us today. She is the Assistant Director of the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program, and I've had some experience with that program with my daughter. We are thrilled to have you here because you've done a lot for us over the years, and
we just love you personally.
We love you.
Thank
we
you.
love
I
your
love you
kids.
guys.
We love everything about it. So we're thrilled to have you here today. So what is going on over at Miss Leesburg?
These girls stay so busy. So we're excited. We've announced a few updates that's going on with our scholarship program this year. We have upped the scholarship amounts considerably, which is super exciting. And then our girls are just busy. I think our Miss Leesburg right now, this is over the past 3 years, but she has 3,200 hours of community service served, and that's unheard of, especially for a high school girl who's excelling in academics and sports and all of the things. So they stay busy just helping out wherever they can. People invite them constantly to ribbon cuttings, to serve, to wave in a parade, to help with kids at daycares. They're just everywhere.
They're definitely one of the pageants. I know I've judged a few pageants, not that one, but I've noticed they are definitely the girls that are always at the events.
Yes.
Raising, I was just in USB the other day. I had to help my son, Jack, get a checking account. And there's a box in there
Grown-up
that they have in there with school supplies and things in it, collecting for everyone.
Yeah, so there's drives constantly, diaper drives. They do the jacket drive in the winter to help keep our homeless population warm. They do the food drive, which I think we hit a record this year on the weight of food that Shaylin raised. It was insane. I think the food bank said they had never received a donation that large, so that's really awesome. Yeah, and these girls will carry it on. It's not just something, they do it for this entire year, but then when your year's over and you're not wearing the crown and sash anymore, it's kind of like the moment of, okay, now what? What do I do?
Exactly.
But it's a really cool pivotal moment when they figure out that they don't have to have this crown and sash to continue to doing those things. Right. And so then they end up serving the rest of their lives.
I really want a crown and a sash.
We can get you one of those.
I know when my daughter Ainsley was in the program, she wasn't driving yet, so I had to drive her to everything, and I would tease Miss Linda and say, I need a crown and sash too, because the moms are working really hard because you don't realize how much time these girls spend doing everything, and Linda organizes everything. You're a part of that now. But I remember Ainsley saying that her favorite part was getting to adopt a grandma. That was so sweet, and we loved that. And I was really surprised because at first I thought, okay, how are all the girls going to take it going into the facility to meet their adopted grandma the first time? And they all loved it and had such great memories of it.
A funny story. So my daughter Hartley was tiny Miss Leesburg. My girls, I really, really wanted them to be made for the pageant stage, but they're made to be like dirty and riding horses. So that's fine. But I did get Hartley to do tiny Miss Leesburg. And when she got to go adopt her grandma, she was so excited. Her name was Miss Mary. She was a hoot. She's hysterical. Sometimes we had to reel her back in because she was a little much for the kids, but that's okay. But when we left, Hartley said, why aren't we taking her? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, we don't get to keep her? And I was like, oh, no, baby, she has to stay here at the nursing home.
She's not coming to live with us.
No, she said, I said, we have nowhere for her to sleep. She's like, she could sleep on our couch.
Oh, God bless her.
Yeah, so we never got to bring Miss Mary home, but
I bet Miss Mary was a little sad about that herself.
I love they did crafts. They went and
holidays, all the
holidays. So much to those
It was.
the adopted grandmas. Think about it.
Yeah,
You know how
it
many-
did.
'cause we work with the elderly so much, and in home health, and
did.
there's so many that don't have family around.
They're
alone.
Yeah, a lot of them just have nobody that's coming to visit them. So it's cool. They try to make it a point to go on holidays and kind of in between when there's a longer period of time where they might not be getting visitors or special appearances from different people. But the girls love it. The grandmas, well, and there's grandpas too. We just don't tend to adopt them. We just visit with them. They love it too, so it's a really cool experience.
Isn't there an anniversary this year for the pageant, or was I?
So this year will be 40 years, which is insane. I can't believe Miss Linda's been doing it for that long, that we've had representatives for that long. It started in 86, and so at that point, it was just more of kind of like a pageant. And in 97 is when she switched over to it being a scholarship program, and so it kind of shifted the emphasis on partnering our youth with community service, but also giving them kind of a little boost at the end to help them further their education too.
It's amazing. That's a long time.
That is a long
And it is a very successful. It's one of the most successful ones in the area.
It's one of those timeless organizations. Like throughout the years, it really has stood the test of time. I remember being little and thinking, I want to be a Miss Leesburg girl one day. I wanted that was like the time. I was. I'm just an old has-been. But
You were Miss Leesburg too?
I was teen Miss Leesburg and I was Miss Leesburg. So I know what these girls put in. I got to experience being having Miss Linda as a mentor, and I swear that she shaped a huge part of my life.
She's amazing.
She is incredible in so many ways. And nobody realizes what these girls really get because you do the pageant and that's all fun. The preparation for it's fun. The clothing, the hair and makeup, the crown. We have to get you a crown.
I know.
I have a couple.
Shannon needs
for me every now and then.
She should have worn it.
Really,
for the
okay, listen,
show
I'm not
today.
gonna lie. My niece Julia Robertson just won Miss Sumter County.
She's beautiful.
She is, and she actually qualifies for Miss Florida. She's going to compete for Miss Florida.
I know.
So excited for her. She finally wore green, like I had been telling her
That's
for
what the
so
redheads
long.
are supposed to
that or
wear.
a royal blue, and she won. But she just in that short time, the amount she's been doing.
Yes.
But she let me put her crown on my head.
Oh. I'm sure you didn't model around and wave.
Pictures, nothing.
Yeah, so these girls get to do all of that. And honestly, It is helpful to know how to dress and how to do your hair and makeup because eventually you get kind of launched into the real world and you have to go to job interviews or you get to hang out on a cool podcast with some lovely ladies, see? And so all of that pays off. But then you have this public speaking element too, where you kind of get thrown to the wolves because all of a sudden you have to be at a sunrise breakfast and everybody's like wants to talk to you and be introduced to you. In the first couple events, like these girls, some of them, not all of them, are kind of like deer in the headlights. Oh my goodness, what
be
have I?
overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming. But then by the end of it, it's so cool because they could run the entire room and they could just command everybody's presence.
I bet that's amazing to watch their self-confidence.
It is. And the moms always see it too. I remember when I was teen Miss Leesburg, I had to say the pledge. And you say the pledge your entire life, right? Over and over. And I got up there and I butchered it, like just mixed it up. And I just kept scrambling, but I just kept going. It was awful. Awful.
That's because you're not usually in the spotlight when you say it with your group.
Yeah, because it is. It's often kind of subconscious, but then when you got to do it in front of all those people,
right. So, anyways, by the end of it, I couldn't have sang the Star Spangled Banner because I'm not a singer, but
you could try.
I could have tried.
Yeah,
and I would have felt fine doing it.
Exactly. It's all about self-confidence.
So what kind of things are going on with the 40th celebration? I heard you're going to take over a little bit more.
I'm going to help Miss Linda a little bit more. Yeah, she's the face of it. We can't ever let her slide into the background. She likes to stay behind the scenes, of course, but it's her deal. She's made this what it is. So I'm going to help her a little bit more, help with the girls. But it is our 40th. So we've got a couple really cool things happening. We've upped our scholarship amounts, which is just insane. And
isn't it like 15,000 now?
It'll be 15,000 total. Yeah. And that's not including some of the extra little scholarships that get gifted throughout. And it's always different. We have our couple that stay and give every single year, but then there's some others that will randomly, I think one of the graduating classes from Leesburg High School one year was like, we want to give a scholarship this year. And so you have little things that pop in and out, but for sure 15,000, and that upped our little girls too. They don't get much. I think they were getting $100 and now they will get $500 at the end of their year. And for little kids, that's exciting.
One of the scholarships I know that is given is in memory of your mom.
Yeah.
And that is it the humble
it's
and
the
kind?
Humble and Kind. Yeah. So after she passed away, actually a lady that I had met, her name's Mitzi, and I met her through doing the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program. She took me under her wing. I called her my little fairy godmother because my mom worked her behind off to make sure that I could have everything, but we were still a very low income family. And so Mitzi kind of came in and helped me with everything else, bought the gowns, paid for my training, paid for my hair and makeup, and all of the things to make sure that I could succeed. And so at my mom's celebration of life, she said, let's do something. And so it's been really awesome. She's always put money towards it. Our company that me and my husband run has been fortunate enough to be able to put money towards that too. And so we get to sit in the interview because you don't get to see these girls' personalities while they're just walking on stage. You get, little glimpses of it. But the interview is where their heart really shines. And so I kind of get to sit in there. And typically it's not your winner. A lot of times it's, someone who kind of stayed off to the side, wasn't as loud or as trained or as poised. But they are so sweet and kind and they're humble. And so we give them a scholarship just because they embody all of those qualities that my mama had.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I love that.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Lake Center Home Care and Disability Consultants. We'll be right back.
Get all the Social Security disability benefits you deserve with disability consultants Chris Bell and Jeff Bell. Our experienced Florida certified ADR handle claims on a contingency fee basis, meaning you don't pay unless we recover money for you. We have established a strong reputation as a firm that cares and provides the best care to its clients. Call us today or visit cbell.com.
Welcome back to the Style Podcast. Today we're talking to our friend Ashley Sellers, the Assistant Director of the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
I know we always start talking during the break. We always get into all kinds of stuff, but we all have offices downtown Leesburg, so we were talking about getting out and taking a walk and clearing our
We
mind.
back up right to each other. Are you in the office as much as you were before, though?
I'm kind of
You're
back.
a busy bee.
Yeah, I'm kind of back in. I'm trying to be more present in there.
You got 3 kids.
I do. I have 3 kids, all of the farm animals, all of the things.
We were just talking about your baby calf today.
I know. I was a little late this morning because we had a baby calf. I gave my daughter one 2 weeks ago, and we ended up losing him, and it was terrible. And so then I bought her a baby goat to make her feel better about that. So now we have this cute little
What's the
baby
goat's
goat,
name?
Cookie. He looks like an Oreo. I thought for sure she was going with Oreo, but we went Cookie. And so we have Cookie, and he's great until someone left the back door open at my house yesterday.
You got inside?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
I just used the facilities all over. So that was fun. And then this morning, my poor little baby calf was just really, really weak. So I spent my morning trying to get her up. She's up and drinking a bottle now. So hopefully
She'll be good. I told you we prayed about
is.
it.
She is.
Speaking of, we knew each other personally. My daughter, Anna Grace, has babysat for you. And do you remember the time that you got the Ring doorbell footage of her trying to go in to feed the dogs and stuff and the rooster?
Oh, I have
Or the
to
chickens?
find that. They chased her.
They chased her.
And I'm pretty sure she threw her keys at them.
I'm sure she did. She called me freaking out and then made me go with her the next
That
day.
was great. That was wonderful. We loved Anna Grace. We need her to
She'll be
come
back this summer.
Okay, I have some babysitting jobs for
She'd
her.
love to. You have lots of animals.
Yeah, we don't have chickens anymore because when Tinley was little, it sounds like a funny farm, but when Tinley was little, she would drop her passy all the time, and she ended up getting sick, and I'm pretty sure it was from the chickens, and so
You got
gave all of those away. I think now that my kids are bigger, and especially with the price of eggs, I don't know if you guys have bought any eggs recently.
Ridiculous.
It's insane.
It is.
It is insane.
So I'm debating on getting eggs not
Chickens.
eggs. I'm debating on getting chickens again. If I do, I'll hook you up with some eggs.
I love that.
Can they be white though and not brown?
Shayna's weird. She
eggs?
doesn't eat brown eggs.
Okay.
And she can't actually know that they came from the chicken, or she won't eat them. So we're just gonna get that
I'll
out
just
there.
cook you some eggs.
But
and
I
have them
love-
to you.
Fabulous.
I-
I love the eggs. I'm good.
I love all the colored eggs. 'Cause
I do too. Those are my favorite.
Those are
They're
my
cute.
favorite. Those are my favorite. But Shayna won't eat them, even if they're from the store and they're brown. She won't.
I don't like chicken. When I eat chicken at a restaurant, I don't want there to be any bones in it, and I don't eat bones in my chicken wings, which actually makes some chicken nuggets, I think. And
Yeah, it does.
I'm a little different.
It's okay. It's all right.
okay.
But you know, the white eggs just are coming from like chickens that are stacked in cages and like
know,
mass producing eggs.
Okay.
I've tried to
Just eat
tell
the
her
colorful
that.
eggs. You're a colorful, vibrant person. You've got to eat the colorful
Okay,
eggs.
I'll eat the colorful.
My Sumter County family still gives me all the colored eggs, and actually at around Easter time when I get to color the Easter eggs, my kids used to color the Easter eggs, the weird colored ones and even the brown ones color strangely and brightly.
Oh, yeah,
like
I'm
it's
sure.
it's weird. So I love it, but I could never bring them in and give them to Shayna when I got eggs because
You just have to cook them.
they
I
have
have
to come
the-
from a carton in a store, and they
I
have,
have
to be white.
the food palette, or palette of I don't know.
That's what I tell
Five-year-old.
her.
that.
I tell her she has an immature palate.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Chicken tenders and mac and cheese.
Girl,
If
all the
anybody
way.
can survive off of it, my children are. Like, they're so picky. We have like a few major food groups: chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, French fries.
That's how my kids were. Anna Grace's first word, I believe, was French fry.
I mean,
That's what it was.
Know what you want.
Yeah, and she still loves them. Any kind of potato. Any kind of potato.
She does. I remember Anna Grace making baked potatoes all the time.
Her and Lori Broussard used to just sit and eat mashed potatoes together.
so good.
Yeah, loves
Until you hit 30, and then you can't do that.
No,
I know.
I agree.
Sad. Gone are the days where you can just stuff your face with anything you want.
Pizza, French fries, anything. So what else is new in your life? Because I haven't seen you in a while.
I know,
I would
it
see you a
has
little bit
been a
more
while.
when Anna Grace was home, or she had an event, because you used to always do her hair and makeup, or you
Or
would
when
do
you guys would
hours.
come
We
get
would
your
come
hair
over
done.
for Business Woman of Style. You're very good at it.
Thank you. If I had more time, I would do it all the time. I used to love doing weddings. Like, those were always so fun.
Oh, yeah.
You could have a couple mimosas. You could hang out with all the girls. It was like a girls' day. But it takes too much time. I have too many kids. I have too many other responsibilities.
Yeah, you guys travel a lot. You go to a lot of rodeos,
We
and
do.
which you're a fashionista, by the way. Every outfit's
Oh,
amazing.
thanks. It's it's fun because that's a totally different a different style over there. And so I've always had this, like, I can do professional, I can do casual, but then you get over there and it's fun. They take different chances. They mix different colors and patterns and textures. And especially like when we go to Vegas, it's exciting.
I remember seeing your post from when you were at Vegas, and I even went in and said, Shayna, look at Ashley's outfit in this post. Because I would never think to put that together
Yeah.
to walk down the street, but you looked adorable. in
Oh,
it.
thank
Right
you.
down to
look
your
good in
boats.
anyway.
Yeah, you
That's
would
the
look
thing.
good in
Like, I'd be
anything.
like, and maybe we're not walking down the street in Leesburg that people might. think
Yeah, that
something's
would
wrong with.
be.
But it was an amazing outfit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, all of your outfits are, and the kids too.
They Yeah. They walk out of the door looking like $1 million.
Oh, of course
But,
they do.
we come back in, hair's just like disheveled.
God, all the
We have
time.
stains everywhere.
Oh, they're all like that. I was just talking with a girl at my office recently because she's showing me a picture of her daughter. She's like, McKenna had her hair in the cutest little pigtails, and it was so perfect. And look at her now, because they at First Academy they can get pictures in the day, and it was like everywhere. And I'm like, girl, that just means she's living her best life.
Have you seen those ones where it's like the first day of school and then the end of the
Yes,
day? That's
yes.
Tinley. Like Tinley goes to school looking like this perfect little proper. Well, not anymore because I don't try as hard. But she used to go to school, first day of school, the bow, everything's prim and proper, shirt tucked in, frilly socks, super cute. And then we come out and her headband's like across her forehead. Hair's huge. There's like chocolate and dirt smeared everywhere. So
That means they had a really good day.
A really good day.
But it did kind of make me not try as hard because I'm like, what am I even doing? We're fighting all
know.
morning.
The first child, we're always like that. We're like, everything's perfect, everything matched. And see, my second was a boy, and it didn't matter what I did. It was food was everywhere.
Yeah,
it
well,
was just,
Eli's in the
dirt.
Spider-Man stage, so he's just been walking around with a Spider-Man
I
mask
love
on. You
that.
can only see his eyes, but sometimes they're a little crooked, so you can only see, part of this eye and
love that.
and the part of his nose. But yeah, Hartley was always dressed to a T. Like that was. Well, I had 4 years with her by myself, so she was dressed perfectly. Again, the bows, the bigger the bow,
The better.
closer to God. Really.
Exactly.
So
Girl, that's how we are in
you
the
got to
South.
start them young, yeah.
You do.
And so she was perfect. And then Tinley came along, and she was a lot. And she just is. She's fun and she's funny and she's all of the things, but she's a lot.
She had a personality of,
Yes,
like, she was going to kind of push back.
She's a little old soul too. It's
Yes.
like she has been around and
She
like the
is.
things that come out of her mouth. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, she's cracking me up. Her
Yes.
sarcasm, her wit.
yeah, she's pretty funny. She's a funny kid.
And I know it's really easy for us to say, because I know when people are like, oh, your kid, they're so funny. I'm like, yeah, but you don't live with them.
Yeah, you don't have to live day to day
But
with the
they're all
craziness.
three
They're
blessings.
great. They
Eli's
really are.
adorable too.
Oh man, that boy! I know
He has
because
your heart.
I obviously don't have a favorite, but
No.
it is different for a mama and a boy. Just like Austin and my girls, like they snuggle and they're sweet, and
Yeah.
there's just that daddy-daughter relationship. But I didn't realize what I was missing with the boy, and I mean,
It
he
is
could
an
really
experience.
have
It's a totally.
anything he wants.
Anna Grace and I are uber close.
Yeah.
And she and I really are. She calls
Yeah.
me about everything. It's the
like
funniest
your best
thing.
friend.
Oh my gosh, she'll call me about the most random things, and I'm like, she called me at 2:00 in the morning the other morning and asked me a question. I was like, when the Florida State war chant rings through my do not disturb at 2:00 in the morning, I get
scary.
I get really upset, thinking something's wrong. But I will say with Jack, it's like literally has my heart.
Yeah, it's just a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
I can't wait till my girls are older, like what you and Anna Grace have and what you and Ainsley have, and I can't wait for those days. But this time frame is fun. And we, like you were saying, we rodeo all of the time. So we travel every weekend, and it's a lot. We stay busy. We never have clean clothes.
Well, you don't ever have a dull moment. You married into a big family, girl.
And
A
they
big
don't
family.
sleep. I don't know how they do that. Like I've adapted and trained myself a little, but they will get up at 6:00 in the morning and work all day long, and then they are still fine to stay up and have a cookout and talk till 4:00 in the morning. And I'm just kind of like dozing off. And the older I get, the more I'm like, let's go to bed. I'm
Right.
tired.
Right.
I'm tired.
Yeah. And y'all all live near each other and
We
everything.
do. We have
That's
a
sweet, though.
it's like a little seller's compound back there, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, yeah.
As the kids get older, they could just bike wherever they wanted
Mm-hmm.
to. We all have like a sufficient amount of land, so we can get away and you can have your privacy, but you can all be together if you want.
That's
Like
so
COVID.
important. I grew up in Sumter County, the south end of Sumter
Mm-hmm.
County, and where our house was, we had acreage. My aunt and uncle lived behind us. My other aunt and uncle lived up on the hill from us, and my grandparents lived across the street from us.
Yeah.
And you don't realize until you don't have that what kind of security that was.
Right.
And growing up that way, somebody was always looking out for you.
Mm-hmm.
If mom and dad weren't home, Nanny and Papa across the street knew
Right.
what was going on, or aunts and uncles knew what
Yeah.
was going on. I would get on my bike and socialize and go
Mm-hmm.
visit everybody and check out who was having what for dinner and where I wanted to eat that night. So it's
You had choices.
you had choices.
Yeah,
It
if
was
the
such-
snacks in your pantry are bad, just go
Oh
to
my
the next
right.
one.
Listen,
it was such a good way to grow up. It really was. So living out there, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, we want to live across the country from our family, and
Yeah,
we don't want
no.
to do this." It's such a huge support system,
Yeah,
and it
I
makes
love
your
it.
kids feel so grounded.
You have to have it. But it's funny you say that about the snacks, because I live in Fruitland Park, but and one of my sisters lives out by the mall where my parents are, and then my sister Brooke lives in Sunnyside. And Jack will say he's got to run to Aunt Brooke's or something. Well, Aunt Brooke has a pantry the size of this podcast here. I mean, it's huge. You could put a twin bed in it.
Yeah.
And what he's actually saying is, I don't care about, no offense to Aunt Brooke and Uncle Quan Chin, but I'm going to go raid her.
Yeah.
Like, because the snacks they have in there, you know?
That was kind of my goal. I'm like, when I'm a mom, I'm going to have like a really good pantry. I'm going to have all the snacks.
Snack pantry,
but I think
too.
it was a mistake because now all my kids want to eat is snacks. But I know when a cousin's been in. Like, I know if the marshmallows are out and there's empty gummy wrappers, Cash has been there. Like, I know who's been there to raid the snacks.
Yeah. And they're never ending. They're like bottomless pits.
I had cousins because we had a snack pantry and we always had a cookie jar. And my cousin who lived up the hill from me, Brian, who actually is works at First Academy now, he would come in and the little ring cookies.
Yeah.
He would put cookies on all
my
of his
gosh, I
fingers.
did that too.
He would load all of his fingers up
They
and
look
be
like a flower on the outside.
yeah, walk out to go to the cow pasture because we played outside all the time, and he would have his hands loaded up with rings,
just chomp, chomp,
and
chomp,
he
chomp,
would bite the cookies off.
What are the things, the cones that I remember?
Oh,
used to-
bugles.
Bugles. That's
I
what
love bugles.
Where did those go?
They're
We still
still
eat
there,
them.
friend. And every now
I
and then I
still eat
have
them.
to be real careful when they're buy one, get one free at Publix because I
haven't seen
could.
those in forever. I could
kill a
load
bag
my
of
fingers
bugles.
up and just.
Heck yeah. It's like having fingernails.
That's it. I used to. I'm like, look at my nails.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back on the Style Podcast, and thanks to our sponsors, Lake Center Home Care and Disability Consultants.
Nobody wants an aging family member who is unable to care for themselves to be home alone. Lake Center Home Care believes the best healing happens when you are most comfortable. The company provides exceptional personal care in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Whether you need skilled nursing, physical therapy, home health aides, or companion services, your loved ones will enjoy peace of mind knowing you're being taken care of and treated with respect and dignity. Lake Center Home Care is locally owned and managed with a team of highly qualified professionals who are passionate about taking care of their neighbors. Call 352-315-0050 or visit golchc.com to learn more about this amazing company.
Welcome back. We're talking again to our friend Ashley Sellers. We've just been having all kinds of crazy conversation on break and on air because we love you so much and we're so happy
You
you're
are one of
here.
the sweetest people.
I love
And
you
you always
guys.
look so put together.
Well, thank you. You should have seen me this morning.
I wanted to ask you, we're all moms, we're all business women, we're all running in different directions. What do you do for you? What do you do? How do you unwind? How do you take care of you so that you can uncharge and be the best you that you can be?
Well, you know, like as moms, I don't think that your job ever ends. So you wake up in the
No.
morning and you're serving kids and breakfast and lunches and all the things, and you get everybody there. And then you go to your job. And then you run the errands, like Easter's coming up, and you've got to prepare for that.
And of course, we are the ones that do the basket.
Right. And
I
then you
mean,
pick
and give
up-
to the Easter Bunny.
Yes, so that they can deliver it, of course. But so yeah, there's all these things. My like, it's not a guilty pleasure. I love taking baths. Like, I don't want to stand in the shower. I'm tired of standing. My feet hurt. I just want to lay in a scalding hot bathtub.
Me too.
And think about nothing. Like, aimlessly scroll on my phone, listen to music, watch me. I don't care. I just want to lay there for. My husband's like, how can you sit in the bathtub for an hour? It's
Because
wonderful.
no one's talking to me and
Nobody-
everyone is leaving me alone.
Yeah, it's just peaceful.
I love bubbles,
So
too.
that's my main thing. And then my other thing is we've been doing a lot of the Sellers women, and it's just a really cool group of women. It's not just Sellers. Have been getting together and doing these prayer nights. And so it kind of just started organically when we were praying for Josie's little boy Ledger when he was born and he had to go back to the hospital. And we spent all this time
He
praying
is so
for him.
cute, by the
Oh
way.
my
I saw him at the summer.
goodness.
Fair. God bless him.
He is
Just eat him
so
up.
cute, so stinking. He's got a big personality too. So we started getting together and just having these really cool worship nights and these prayer nights, and it has been life changing. Like my faith has grown more than I could even describe, but it kind of changed the way I look at things, the way I deal with my kids, the way I deal with my husband, the way I deal with stress or anxiety, and that has been a game changer for me because.
There's a gnat.
It was
I
over
know.
here.
It was driving me
Squirrel.
crazy.
It was over here a minute ago.
I have squirrel moments every day in my life, probably about 20 times.
I thought I had inhaled it a few minutes ago, but I was trying not to
don't know
move.
how
Yeah. I was like,
it up.
yeah.
want me to-
But
Okay.
apparently it's over there now.
Sorry.
I didn't inhale them.
That's all right.
So we've been doing these prayer nights, and it's been life-changing for me because, like I said, it changes the way that I deal with every aspect of my day. And I wish I would have figured it out earlier. I wish that I would have just kind of given it to God and asked him for advice rather than try to figure out how I can get my whole to-do list done or do all of these things and be this person for this person and, this Ashley for another person and wear all the hats. You juggle it all.
It's stressful.
Yeah, and so it's kind of changed everything. It's been really, really cool. And now we've been having these open prayer nights, so it's cool to get other women involved. We're doing a Good Friday worship thing this Friday. And so anyways, that's changed. And honestly, I could do without the baths because if I could spend a little bit of time with the Holy Spirit, it will change my
You
mood.
could always pray in the bathroom.
I could.
I think it's important for us as women to realize that we still have to take, as mothers, as wives, as business women, we still have to take time for us. We
Right.
still have to make time to recharge. And our core group of women, friends, and support is so important because
Yes, that's
when,
huge.
when they say it takes a village
It does.
to raise your children, it does. Because I can't tell you how many times Ainsley's been stressed out about something and I don't have the same anxiety level that Ainsley does and I don't
Right.
understand it and I say the wrong things and I've had to call Shayna and I'm
I'll
like,
come over at any time of the night.
I
and
need
sit
you
with
to
her
come
calm
over
her
and
down.
talk to
Yeah.
Ainsley, or
Or I'll be like,
or-
I can't talk to Jack right now, or Jack, or Anna
Right.
Grace, and
Right.
she
It
handles
takes a village, but it also takes a village for us as women.
It does because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't.
No, and the problem, and I'm so glad because you're quite a bit younger that you've realized it at your age, because I'll be half a century later this year. And I'm going to tell you that it's taken up until the past few years when I finally said, I have to put myself first sometimes, because if I don't, who's going to do that for me? And
Right.
I'm a better person for
Yeah.
everyone in my life
Yep.
if I'm taking care of me too.
So if I take a moment and I can spend some time in the Word in the morning and I can decompress at night, I'm not as crazy. My daughters were like, "You haven't been yelling as much." I'm like, "I know. That's because God's helping me." I started asking him for help. So
Ask him that you not make me yell.
yes, exactly. Give me all the
It
patience,
does make a
all
difference.
the peace.
I play music in my office all the time because I'm the one in the office who has to have a separate
During
office.
Christmas, if I hear
I have Christmas
last
music.
Christmas, I gave you
That's
my
my
heart
favorite.
That's
I
a
turn it
good
up
one.
and
That's
sing
a
it.
good one.
Turn it up
all
and sing it.
the time.
I
Yesterday
heard-
it was praise music.
It was because
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, I saw a TV commercial with
Advent.
I know I wasn't going to say that because it's a name thing, but anyway,
all right,
I wasn't
but
going to
no.
give them props. But
No,
they
I
have
will look, I'm gonna give props where props due. Publix does good commercials.
they
too.
have yes, the Advent commercial
Made me
with
cry all the
the Mercy Me song.
Oh,
The one called "Say I Won't." I'm like, that is my anthem now. So as soon as I come into my office in the morning, I say, Alexa, play "Mercy Me," "Say I Won't," and I turn it up.
Changes
so I'm in there
everything.
listening
It's
to
better
it.
than smooth jazz. It used to be smooth jazz.
Well, I like that too.
It'll elevate your music.
Because I can't. I have to have something because if I turn on country and I start singing to it or
Right.
80s
Well,
music,
you might get a little sad there for a while because they'll do that.
love
On
it.
my side of the building, we have a karaoke machine, but it's a huge speaker, and we flip between. There was a Morgan Wallen where they were doing that. And I was
too
like,
much- there's too
listen
much
to
going on
me.
on their
I
side
love
of the
Morgan,
office.
but at some point, I am going to just lose my mind. So then we switch to maybe some Tupac and
So I
don't know,
close my
Biggie
door.
Smalls. I
I
don't know.
close my door and I have my own little thing going in there.
Nelly.
and
I like Nelly.
Nelly's
I'm
pretty
happy.
good.
But music is my recharge.
Yeah.
All kinds of music.
Yeah, it kind of regulates things.
Yes, but I'm
Resets
telling
you.
you, I was bawling one morning listening to the commercial.
I know.
with that song, and I'm like, who is their marketing person?
They're a genius. It
I'm like,
works.
They're so amazing. I'm like, because
Yeah.
that commercial made me want to get up and do something impressive.
Really just,
So that's my anthem song now. I come in and I immediately say that, and I know I probably annoy everybody
love
with
it.
it. But I'm like, you gotta small things. You
It
gotta
is.
take small bites at a time
Yep.
because you don't always get
Yeah.
time to recharge, reset.
That's what those walks, when we were talking about the walking,
yeah,
break,
I miss those.
I need to get back into that because, like you said, you would see me walk by.
I could see Shayna go by the thing. She's like,
And I was like,
Yeah.
I've got to walk. And it helped. It was like this mental clarity, and it put everything in perspective. This too shall pass. This is not my truth or my story. I'm fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful it is outside. Actually, it is. And it was
Right.
like we would do it together, and you would walk by places and see things you had never seen after growing up here your whole life. So,
gotta change the scenery,
so good.
change the perspective.
Yes.
Try again.
Yep.
Try again.
Every
If you
day's
don't
a new
like
day.
what it is,
Yep.
every single second is a chance to change it.
Yep.
So
I agree.
love it. Before we wrap everything up, I do want to go back to, do you remember how many contestants did you have last year or entry? And are you
don't
looking
remember.
to expand on that? Because
Always.
y'all always have a really big turnout.
Always.
At the
And
Miss Leesburg Scholarship
So
Program.
it always ends up coming through at the very last minute, but it's kind of hard getting contestants. And I don't know if it's because the word's not out there. I don't know if it's like an intimidation, aspect of it. Right. I wish girls would know, like, you don't have to be this seasoned pageant veteran to get on this stage. Like, I will help you. There's plenty of girls who will give you pointers and, I'll give you everything you need to succeed. So just go for it, because like we said, even the second runner-up, the first runner-up, both get scholarships. And then you have these random scholarships that are floating around too. One year we had a little extra scholarship fund, and so we got to give every single Miss contestant a scholarship. Aww. So that was really cool. So we're always hoping to grow. We want to reach as many. We kind of have to stay in our little bubble because we're Miss Leesburg, right? And so there has to be some kind of boundaries. Mm-hmm. But trying to figure out how we can kind of extend those a little bit and not.
Well, I know, like, Fruitland Park's like a suburb of Leesburg. So I know you pull people from there, and Lady Lake, they're more like suburbs of Leesburg. But it always is a good turnout. And
it is.
It's, Jack is in a speech. She's in a dual enrollment class and it's a speech class. And so we all had to go to my sister's house the other night and sit around the island to watch him do a speech for Canva board or whatever. And the entire thing was on self-confidence. And it was really cool to watch him and speak it, because I've been trying to preach that for so long to my kids.
Spent your whole life trying to teach them.
If you believe you can, you can. But if you believe you can't, you never will.
Yeah.
And to listen to him and spout off statistics and everything. And I'm like, so for something like the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program, I've known Reese Pond since she was born, literally. And her and Jack are the same age. And she, like, just the way she carries herself. And
she's awesome. I love
it's just amazing to watch these kids and what they're going to probably do when they leave, go off to school. And
I don't want her to leave. I really, really love her. She's done a really good job. Yeah, I just would encourage anybody to just take the chance, because I tried when I was 11. It took me, I don't remember if it was 5 or 6 years, but before I finally won, like, I competed through the entire junior division, and then I moved up into teen, and I competed there a couple years and wouldn't win. But it was one of those programs that I believed in, and I knew I wanted, like, I have to be a part of that. I want to be that girl. And thank God that it ended up working out. But don't give up. And it's what, you can go do something and win your first time and you're like, oh, that was cool. That's great. But when you work work years and years and years and you finally get it, it's like a cherished moment. So I would, with anything in life, just keep trying, especially if it's a dream of yours or if it's something you just think you want to try, go for it, because you might end up realizing that it's an opportunity that could change your entire life.
And look where it's got you now. Now you're their assistant director.
I know.
And you are a huge part of it. A huge part of it. You really
It's
are.
really Miss Linda. I'm telling you.
She's amazing.
amazing.
I guarantee
She's
she
incredible.
would say the same thing about you. I know her, and she would. She would give you props, too.
She's just not going to come on the air and say it.
No.
She'll say it when I see her in public.
Linda.
She'll write a little blurb.
Yes.
Yeah, she would.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
we had
today,
so much fun.
Ashley.
We love
We
you.
love having you on the show today, so we appreciate it. And thank you for joining us for the Style Podcast. We'll see you next time. Great show today. I'm so glad
I
we
love
had
Ashley. She's
on.
so much fun. So easy to talk to. I'm excited for them. Their 40th anniversary this fall for the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program. And really, we need all the girls out there to realize how much money's involved in scholarships, everything.
And it's not just about, we need everybody to know, it's not just about a pageant. It really is
No.
a scholarship program.
It is. And those girls,
And it's a service organization.
those high school girls need to realize those 100 hours come quick that you have to graduate. And you can get those in probably like 2 months when you do stuff like that. And you get to meet new people, learn new things. But Ashley's always fun to talk to.